I will now convene our second AGM, this time for the corporation. My first order of business is to call for a motion to approve the agenda. Let me take a little bit of water here before I run out. Is to approve the agenda, which is on page 3 of your agenda booklet. May I have a motion to approve the agenda? Thank you. Stephen White. A seconder, please. Stephen Troy. Thank you. Any questions? All those in favor? Any abstention? Any opposed? Thank you. The motion is carried. My President's report, mon rapport de président est de clarifier l'importance de cette réunion. This is the last important step to officially establish the Ottawa branch as an unincorporated entity that will be totally compliant with the National Association bylaws. And I'm pleased to see this when we have our president in front of us, and he is nodding his satisfaction. We became incorporated in 2004 to purchase the condo at 2285 Saint Laurent Boulevard. We had a set of bylaws and letters patent to help us operate. In 2016, I know I'm repeating him myself, our members approved the establishment of Ottawa branch as a separate charter branch of the association with a new set of bylaws. Aujourd'hui, nous devons compléter la séparation de la section avec l'ancienne corporation et de redéfinir les objectifs et règlements de la corporation qui sera le propriétaire du condo et le louera à la section. I think it will help here if I move to our next item. The Treasurer's report for the corporation that you can see you can see from the Treasurer's report what this separation means in terms of dollars and cents. You may want to refer to the audited financial statements for the corporation in your meeting envelope. You can recognize them in the statement as the numbered company 1596954 Ontario Inc. That will be the name of the corporation, 1596954 Ontario Inc. I am pleased to tell you that our independent auditor, Fruin Group CA, gave the corporation a clean, unqualified audit report. The corporation registered revenues of $19,048 in 2017, which represents the amounts paid by the Ottawa branch for its use of the condo owned by the corporation. The 2017 expenses of the $19,048 represent what the corporation disbursed in condominium fees, property taxes and utilities, and others to operate the condo. The balance sheet showed that the depreciated value of the condo at 2017 is $86,402. It will go down every year as time goes by to get depreciated further. You can also see that 2016 is the last year where the financial figures for the branch and the old corporation were reported in a combined total. Ces renseignements financiers ont été séparés pour la réunion d'aujourd'hui avec les deux ensembles distincts d'états financiers vérifiés que vous avez reçus. Do you have questions so far? Okay, what I would like to do now is to call for a motion to attest that members have received the 2017 audited financial statements for the corporation, numbered company 1596954 Ontario Inc. May I have a motion to that effect, please? Christine? Fred? Seconder? Christine, the motion? Seconder, fine. Sorry. Fred.
Thank you, Fred.
Any questions? All those in favor? Thank you. Any abstentions? Any opposed? Thank you. The motion is carried. Now we need to take the final step in the process of separating the branch and the old corporation. As you may have noticed, to reinforce the distinction, we now refer to the old corporation as a numbered company, and I've said it many times. With your help, we intend to amend the old corporate bylaws and apply to the Ontario government to have the numbered company's purpose narrowed to that it only owns the condo and leases it back to the branch. Cependant, nous devons également nous assurer que la société à dénomination numérique a une adhésion appropriée et son conseil d'administration peut fonctionner efficacement et prendre des décisions au sujet du condo, qui soient dans le meilleur intérêt des membres de notre section. We work closely with our lawyers on these bylaws and revisions, and together we concluded that the numbered company did not need to have 34,000 members. Instead, we are recommending that the numbered company have only 12 members, the board of directors of the Ottawa branch. That once a year will turn into the members of the corporation, and that these should be the 12 directors that you have recently elected. In addition, we realize that the numbered company does not need to have a large board. The 12 members of the Ottawa Board of Directors are the members of the corporation. Then we have to have a board of directors of the corporation. And therefore, we are recommending that the numbered company start off with only 3 directors on its board. The bylaws provide for 3 to 5, but 3 directors on its board. A president, a treasurer, a secretary. We are further recommending that these 3 positions on the board of the numbered company will first be filled by the current president, treasurer, and secretary of the Ottawa Branch Board of Directors. So, members, Ottawa Branch Board of Directors, Board of Directors of the new corporation, of the revised corporation, president, secretary, treasurer. At future AGMs, the members who comprise the Ottawa Board can elect the same people as Board of Directors or others on the Ottawa Board to serve on the corporate board up to a total of 5 directors. These recommendations are all reflected in the amended bylaws. But for today, we're recommending 3 people. Pour le moment, en approuvant les nouveaux règlements aujourd'hui, Harry Rootnam sera le trésorier, Gisèle Sanson-Véraud sera la première secrétaire et je serai le premier président du CA, and for Stephen's benefit, unpaid. OK? Vous, les membres de la section d'Ottawa-Nunavut, élisez les membres du CA de la section. Donc, avec les nouveaux règlements en place, vous décidez qui peut être membre de la corporation et de son CA. The Ottawa Board of Directors remains accountable to you to make decisions about the branch and about the condo building that are based on the principles of good governance and that are in the best interest of our members. Now, to get to the matter of end, we have some copies here of both the amended bylaws and the application for supplementary letters patent, if anyone would like to have a hard copy. Please don't rush to go and get the hard copies. These documents, of course, are legal documents, and ils ont été affichés sur notre site web in April, and all of you who have registered by electronic means to this reunion, vous avez reçu les documents. Cependant, nous rendons bien compte que lire les règlements administratifs n'est pas le passe-temps favori de tout le monde. I can assure you that the Ottawa Branch Board of Directors has done a thorough review of the amended bylaws and the applications for supplementary letters patent for the numbered company. We have worked closely with our lawyer and with Deborah Cross, the government expert at the National Office. Has Deborah joined us? Oh, she was supposed to be here this morning. Okay. We are confident that these important documents are well grounded on the principle of good governance, and en tant que votre conseil d'administration, nous vous les recommandons pour approbation. Therefore, at this time, I would like to call for a motion for members to approve both the amended bylaws and the application for supplementary letters patent for numbered company 1596954 Ontario Inc. Once we have a motion on the floor, we can open it up for question. Could I have a mover, please? No, what's your name? Karen Kirby. And a seconder, please. I'll take someone. Camille Guérin. Questions?
Hi, my name is Kim Dix. I'm just curious how this is going to work. Maybe I haven't read all the documentation, but so funds come into this corporation from the National Association of Federal Retirees. What does the corporation do with those funds that they receive for the rental that we're paying?
Yeah, well, the branch leases the building from the corporation. The branch pays a rent. The rent really becomes the expenditures of the corporation for condo fees, because we're a member of a condo association. Property taxes, eat and light as it applies, and other activities. So the 19,000 that I referred to is a combination of all of those things. Okay?
My name is Bill McComb. I'm wondering what would happen to the proceeds if the corporation at some time in the future sold that condo for whatever X dollars. Where would that money go?
Well, first of all, I want to point out that this is a very significant move. And certainly the members and the corporation would want to seek really the approval, or certainly really have a good consultation with members before it sells the condo. That's the first thing. If the condo is sold, the money would be going to the branch itself, and as part of its cash in the bank, it would provide a funding, and it would provide the branch with quite a bit of money to fund other activities. However, let's be careful here. The branch would still have to find a place to locate and to rent. So there would be costs there. Any other questions? Okay. One over here. Oops.
As part of the condo corporation, will the corporation be subject to any special assessments at any time, and how would those be handled if, in fact, its only income is the annual rent?
The only situation that I would see as a special assessment is that the condo association, of which we are a member, has to undertake major structural changes or things to these, the ceiling, the windows, and and it needs to do it, a special assessment in addition to the condo fees. And therefore, what I would expect is that the corporation would then want to transfer those condo fees to the branch, and the branch would have to pay it. We are not foreseeing any of these in the near future, but having quite a bit of experience with condos, you never know when it will happen. It's something that you can't control in the future.
We do know that the reserve fund is in good shape.
The reserve fund of the condo association is in good shape. That comes from Linda. Yes, the young madam over there. Excuse me, you have to...
Okay, Eleanor Ryan, how is the branch building in a contingency fund for possible special assessment later?
Well, as Linda has just said, there is a healthy reserve in the condo association. So we're not sensing that this will be a matter that will be dealt with in the near future. Any other questions? Now, I want to note that to register approval of these important documents, we require an affirmative vote of at least 2/3 of the members present. May I have a motion for members to approve both the amended bylaws and the application for supplementary letters patent for the numbered company 1596954 Ontario Inc., submitted here today. Thank you. A mover and a seconder. Fred Lyle again, a seconder. Hélène Nadeau. The motion is second. Any questions before we go to the vote? All those in favor, when we need 2/3. Oh, I think we have 2/3. Yeah. Thank you very much. Any abstentions? Any opposed? Thank you. The motion is carried. Okay. Thank you. The devil's in the detail. Now, I still have a few things to say, but Stephen wants to speak. Please come up, Stephen, and then we'll hand it. We're doing good time-wise. Very good. And thank you for your patience for the 2 meetings.
This is unscripted, by the way, so as I said, Linda's looking at me askance and Robert saying, what the hell's he going to say?
Yeah,
For what it's worth, June 2013 in Montreal, and I'm looking at Jean-Guy Soulière, Ottawa moved a motion that there should be no incorporated branches within the association. I slowly forward 5 years, minus a month, because next month is the annual members meeting, 2018 in the association. It's taken us 5 years to get what you just did, which is to actually wind up the incorporated Ottawa branch, but to have the condominium protected for you, the Ottawa branch members, for your future use, working with the charter branch. For your patience, for your understanding, for your assistance and your cooperation from somebody who sweated this for 5 years with Louis Robayo, who's no longer with us. Thank you very, very, very much.
Well, that wasn't too bad, huh? Now, you will note that the last item on the agenda...
Excuse me a second.
Oh, please, Fred.
Robert, I have a question, and it relates to how we're going to handle the incorporated branch in the future. In that there is only going to be 12 members of that, I would believe then you will no longer come before this group with any of the information that will be handled at the branch office.
Right.
So this is the last time we have to think about this.
Yes, except for one exception, is if ever the corporation, the members of the corporation, are seriously thinking of selling the building or the condo, I think we would be very unwise if we did not come back to you and consult you on that issue. So that it would come back for that purpose, but for that purpose alone. The rest of the time, it's going to be managed by the members and the board of directors of the branch.
Thank you.
As I was pointing out, you'll note that the last item on the agenda for the corporate AGM is the approval of the auditors for the numbered company. However, I will not be asking you to approve anything here. This is a matter that will be the responsibility of the members of the corporation, of which you approve would be the 12 members of the branch's board of directors to decide. Je suis également ravi de vous annoncer que, puisque les nouveaux règlements administratifs sont approuvés, nous tiendrons 2 AGA distincts pour la seule et unique fois cette année, the point that Fred was raising. Thank you again for your patience sitting through these 2 AGMs. Now that the new bylaws are approved, We will not ask you to have another AGM again, unless for the reasons that I've mentioned. On that happy note, I would like to free you now up. Is the Infomar up? Yes.
Yeah, the exhibitors should be available. Our only thing is we're 20 minutes early.
Yeah.
So, and that's good.
Yeah.
So if we took a 30-minute break and came back here at 11:10, we could keep the meeting ahead of time. And that sounds like that kind of feels to you guys.
Yeah,
So
okay.
that would be my advice.
Okay, we'll now take a break and ask you to come back promptly at 11:10 to hear the guest speaker, Pam Howell, from the Bruyère Research Institute. May I have a motion to adjourn? I need a motion to adjourn. Stephen Troy, Giselle? Thank you. Any questions?
Eleanor Ryan,
Yes.
I wanted to know how you select the 12 members.
Pardon? They are elected. You have elected them this morning, okay? All those in favor of okay, thank you very much.